Alright guys, Revolve Rustler here, and that's 2 days in a row, 2 videos in a row. Why? Well, because WWE Survivor Series 2016 was last night, and I believe in my NXT Toronto review, I said if the show was good, I'd review it. Here's is your, I guess, insight into whether the show was good or not. I'm reviewing it. So let's start with the pre-show. I didn't watch the matches on the pre-show. I had it on kind of while I was doing work on my laptop. The first match was a 6-man cruiserweight match. I'm getting sick of these 6-man cruiserweight matches. I really am. They're very samey. I'm very happy I didn't have to watch it. It was the team of Tony Nese, Arya Daivari, and Drew Gulak against TJ Perkins, Rich Swann, and Noam Dar. Perkins, Swann, and Dar went over when Swann hit a standing 450 splash. Can't rate it because I didn't really watch it. The other pre-show matchup was Kane against Luke Harper. Kane won with a chokeslam. Again, can't rate it, didn't watch it. Moving on to the main show, and the first match was the 5-on-5 traditional women's matchup, which pitted the Team Raw, which was Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Alicia Fox, and Nia Jax, against Team Smackdown Live, which was Natalya, who was filling in for an injured Nikki Bella, which is an interesting storyline, because who injured Nikki Bella? Was it Natalya herself? Was it Carmella? Could it be the returning Eva Marie? That's an idea I've seen a couple of people throw out there. So, who's injured Nikki Bella? It's an interesting story there. So Natalya, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, and the WWE SmackDown Live Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. I thought this match was good. I'll go over the eliminations quickly. So firstly, we had Carmella being eliminated. Very shocking elimination there. She was eliminated by Alicia Fox with an axe kick. And then very quickly, Alicia Fox was eliminated by Alexa Bliss with a Twisted Bliss. Very smart. Let's keep Alexa Bliss a big contender for the SmackDown Live Women's title by giving her an elimination. Naomi was then eliminated by count out after Nia Jax pushed her into the ring post and then threw her to the ground. Kind of a silly elimination. If you're going to give Nia Jax an elimination, I would have just given her a clean elimination in the middle of the ring, but whatever. Then Sasha Banks, shockingly, was eliminated by a roll-up from Natalya. I wouldn't have had Sasha Banks eliminated this early, but she doesn't seem to be in the women's title picture next, so I guess fair dues there. Nia Jax eliminated next. Big shocker. Eliminated after a botched double DDT from Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss, and then Becky Lynch locked her in the disarmer and Nia Jax taps out. So interesting booking. I don't know if they actually wanted her to tap out. Maybe they just wanted to beat her with a DDT. But Nia Jax's first loss in the main roster is to the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Perfectly booked. If it was a mistake, but it was perfectly booked anyway. Alexa Bliss then eliminated by Charlotte Flair with the big boot. I'm sick of Charlotte beating people with the big boot. By the way, I forgot to say Natalya was eliminated by Charlotte with a big boot. Alexa was then eliminated with a big boot from Charlotte. Please don't give her that as a finisher. That's Billie Kay's move. We don't need everybody using a big boot. We don't need every kick like the super kick being made so important again. And then finally, Becky Lynch against Bayley and Charlotte, 3 members of the 4 Horsewomen. Becky Lynch was eliminated by Bayley with Bayley to belly. Bayley gets the last fall. So the sole survivors for that match are Charlotte and Bayley. Good matchup, gave it 3 stars. I thought that it was booked quite well. The last 2 for Raw is very smart because it seems like they're going to be going to a women's title program. SmackDown looked a little weak to me, maybe, with Alexa, the number 1 contender, and then the champ being eliminated in, the end too. It kind of was a little bit silly to me. Carmella being eliminated first, it was a real shock. I really felt like Alicia Fox probably should have gone first. But after the matchup, Charlotte would attack Bayley and throw around the ringside area, which probably means we're going to be getting Charlotte against Bayley at Roadblock. We saw the promo for that show on this show. So that's in 4 weeks. So they've got a good amount of time to build that show. But 3 stars, good matchup. About as good as I thought it would be. Moving on, we had the Intercontinental Championship matchup. SmackDown Live's The Miz against Sami Zayn from Raw. Very good matchup. I said if there was anybody that could get a great match out of The Miz, it would be Sami Zayn, as Dolph Ziggler, of course, did. This matchup was very good. Great back and forth. Sami Zayn had a couple of moments on the outside with Maurice where he kind of mocked her, which was great stuff there. I wish the ending hadn't been what it was, and that's why my grade for this matchup is going to go down. The ending came when Sami Zayn, a great little segment where Miz had a figure 4 in on Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn would counter it into a figure 4 of his own, and then in the end, Sami Zayn would lock in a fully fledged figure 4. I do want to mention something, the legwork from The Miz on Sami Zayn, fantastic in this matchup. Sami Zayn's selling There is no one in this company that sells like Sami Zayn. I say this every single time. He had this spot where he went for the Blue Thunder Bomb and his injured leg gave out when he went for the Blue Thunder Bomb. So as he was standing up, he was balancing on his uninjured leg and he slammed Miz. Just great stuff from Sami Zayn. Love him to bits. But in the end, Sami Zayn locks the Miz in a figure 4 leg lock. The bell rings. Sami Zayn thinks he's won the IC title. Maurice rang the bell, so obviously the match isn't over. Miz rolls up Sami Zayn, 1, 2, 3. Miz retains. Hate the ending, but it was still a very good matchup. I gave it 3.5 stars. I would have thought Sami Zayn was actually going to win the belt. I'm happy he hasn't, though. Although when I was watching the matchup, part of me was like, come on, Sami, come on, Sami, come on, Sami. But retrospectively, I'm happy that the belt's staying on SmackDown Live. We don't need 2 minor belts on Raw. Very good match, 3.5 stars. Then we had the 10-on-10 tag teams matchup as Team Raw, which was The New Day, which was Big E and Kofi. Sheamus and Cesaro, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy, The Shining Stars and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson took on Team SmackDown Live, which was Heath Slater and Rhino. The Hype Bros, which was, of course, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. American Alpha, Jordan and Gable. And Breezango, which was Tyler Breeze and Fandango. And the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. So, very good start to this matchup. That's the one thing which stuck with me very quickly. Breezango eliminated very quickly, which they are the weakest team on the SmackDown Live team, that's fine. But then, shockingly, one of the Usos super kicks Kofi Kingston. 1, 2, 3. The New Day eliminated. Shock there. Big shock to see the New Day gone so early. But people are getting quite sick of the New Day, so it's very smart booking. Then we had the Hype Bros eliminated. I can't remember how. Oh, Magic Killer from Gallows and Anderson. Good spot there. Good, great performance from Gallows and Anderson on the show. Shining Stars were then eliminated from it with a top rope bulldog, where Jordan had one of them Epico in an electric chair. Gable went up top. Big bulldog off the top. 1, 2, 3. Shining Stars eliminated. Then it was American Alpha eliminated with a Magic Killer from Gallows and Anderson again. Gallows and Anderson were then eliminated by Slater and Rhino with a big gore from Rhino to Gallows. Slater and Rhino were then eliminated quite shockingly after Slater was hit with the boom shakalaka, the air Enzo thing. And then Enzo and Cass were eliminated by the Usos with a Samoan splash on, I believe, Enzo. So the final 2 teams were Cesaro and Sheamus against the Usos. And this was awesome. This was awesome tag team wrestling. This was great action, great pace, great near falls, spots broken up. There were so many times in this match you thought it was over. Bro kicks from Sheamus. Cesaro, you are amazing. You are absolutely amazing. Sheamus, you're great too. The Usos are great. Cesaro, you are amazing. Cesaro just everywhere. Uppercuts. Giant swings. The Usos, splashes, super kicks, 1-2 kick outs. Awesome ending sequence. And in the end, Cesaro locks one of the Usos in the sharpshooter. Sheamus bro kicks the other one. The Uso taps out. Cesaro and Sheamus are the sole survivors for Raw. There's a little moment after it where they go for the handshake, and obviously Sheamus, he doesn't need to shake his hand. But they're starting to be. These guys are my favourite tag team on the main roster. Not because they're the best workers, and they probably are the best workers, because Cesaro is amazing and Sheamus is great too. But because they have a cool story going on, kind of like Team Hell No did. So I'm all for it. Great matchup. Love the ending sequence, and that is going to bump my grade up. 3 3/4 stars. Really, really good match. Really, really good stuff. The end stuff with the Usos and Cesaro and Sheamus was great. That's like 4 stars. But the whole match was obviously quite slow at the beginning. But 3 3/4 stars. Very, very good matchup. Really enjoyed it. Then we have the Cruiserweight title. Kalisto v Brian Kendrick. I thought this was good, and there was some really good spots. The Spanish fly off the apron from Kalisto is fantastic, although he really hit his head hard. The captain's hook off the top rope from Brian Kendrick, very risky. And Kalisto spiked his head, and I thought that was the finish, and that would have been a really good finish. But Kalisto got to the ropes quite shockingly. At that point, I was like, damn, Kalisto's going to win. Kalisto, probably one of the best matches he's really had. He had a great spot where he just hit move after move after move. So he did the big bulldog off the top rope. He did the Salida del Sol, and Brian Kendrick got his leg on the ropes. Great finish spot there. But in the end, the finish really hurt the match for me. And that was Baron Corbin coming out, clocking Brian Kendrick, and then giving the end of days to Kalisto. So Brian Kendrick wins by DQ, which means the Raw belt, the Cruiserweight title, stays on Raw as to the Cruiserweight division. I'd just move Kalisto over to Raw, I think. you know, if he's going to have this feud with Baron Corbin, then great. But after that, please move him to Monday Night Raw. In the end, a good match. I thought it was really good, but the finish did hurt. So I'm going to give it 3 stars. A good match. Moving on, we had the 5-on-5, the big 5-on-5 men's match as Team Raw, which was Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, the United States Champion, Seth Rollins, and Braun Strowman took on Team Smackdown Live, the WWE World Champion AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, 2 members of the Wyatt family in Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, and the SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon. This match was balls to the walls fun. I haven't seen a match that's this fun in WWE in quite some time. Just non-stop. Non-stop stuff was happening. The first elimination was Dean Ambrose, and it was about 15 minutes in. He was hit with a big running power slam from Braun Strowman after AJ Styles clocked him. So there's going to be some retribution for Styles and Ambrose going into their match at TLC. And obviously, The Undertaker said that if anybody on SmackDown Live costs the team, then he's going to have some words for them. He's going to have something for them. So, obviously, Styles cost Ambrose his spot in the match, so interesting elimination there. Braun Strowman was then eliminated after a big RKO on the announce table, and then an elbow from Shane McMahon through the table. Strowman nearly got back on the ring, but James Ellsworth grabbed his leg. I knew Ellsworth would be important in this matchup, and in the end he was. So, Strowman then had a rage fit and threw Ellsworth through a table. Cool there. It was cool to see James Ellsworth get his, welcome to WWE, James, table spot. Then we had, I believed, what was it next? Let me just check, sorry. This was a great match. Like, stuff was going on no matter what, but I'm just trying to think who was eliminated next. Oh, yeah. Next up, the Universal Champion Kevin Owens was eliminated. Owens and Styles had... What was great about the beginning of this matchup was there was so many face-offs. So you had Rollins and Ambrose again. You had Styles and Owens. You had Styles and Rollins at one point. You had, like, Reigns, you had, like, Strowman and Wyatt and stuff like that, and that was really, really cool. And Styles and Owens had this little mini feud in the matchup where who was the better champion. And Styles at one point was going for a Styles Clash on Jericho, and Owens came in and hit him with a list of Jericho, and hit him repeatedly with a list of Jericho. Owens would then be DQ'd for using an inanimate object. So Owens would be DQ'd. Jericho would look at the floor and see that his list is disheveled and it's scattered everywhere. Randy Orton would tag himself in. RKO Chris Jericho, 1, 2, 3. SmackDown Live are up 4-2 against the 2/3 of the Shield, Rollins and Reigns. Very good booking there. It means that Jericho is starting to see how Owens isn't an optimal choice for his best friend. And, good stuff there. So it was 4-2, and the next elimination was dangerous. And it was Shane McMahon being eliminated by Roman Reigns. Shane McMahon went for the coast-to-coast or the Van Terminator dropkick, and Reigns speared him. And this was neither man's fault. But Shane McMahon's head hit that mat so hard. Oh my God. He got concussed. Roman Reigns pinned him. 1-2. Shane kicked out, which shocked everyone. Like, well, how's he kicked out? But Shane McMahon was obviously concussed, and the referee had to check him and basically said Shane McMahon's been eliminated because basically he can't compete. So Shane McMahon was then eliminated, and that led to a 3-2 advantage still for SmackDown Live. The next elimination would be a great moment in the matchup, and that's what's great about this matchup. There was so many storylines going on. There was so much action mixed with this storytelling. And Dean Ambrose would come back out, attack AJ Styles. We would get our little Shield reunion with Styles, with Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns. They would triple powerbomb Styles through an announce table, which means 2 table spots in this matchup after the Strowman one. Triple powerbomb Styles through the announce table, would get rolled in the ring. Rollins would pin Styles, 1, 2, 3. The world champion eliminated. So The Undertaker now has beef with Styles and Ambrose. Both men cost each other in the match. Good storytelling. I really like that. So it was Reigns. It was 2 members of the Shield against 2 members of the Wyatt family. Great booking. I love this match for its booking. Rollins would then be Rollins would go for a frog splash on Bray Wyatt. Randy Orton would come in, RKO out of nowhere. Great spot there. 1, 2, 3. Rollins eliminated. So it'd be Reigns against the 2 members of the Wyatt family. Reigns would wreck house against Bray Wyatt. Superman punch. Go for the spear. Go to spear Wyatt. Randy Orton would push Wyatt out of the way. Take the spear. Wyatt would quickly hit Roman Reigns with the Sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3. SmackDown Live finally pick up a win. They lost the other 2, but this one's the most important, so I do at least understand it. Great matchup. The Wyatts going over in the end. I love this new Randy Orton storyline. Randy Orton was awesome in this matchup. Bray was awesome. Everyone in this match was great. They all played their parts well. They all told a great story. They all had great action. And in the end, SmackDown Live, the right team, I think, got the win with the 2 members of the Wyatt family. And Luke Harper did come out at one point. 3 members of the Wyatt family. So, great match. 4.25 stars. Best match of the show. Really did enjoy it. And moving on, we have the last match on the show, the main event, Goldberg against Brock Lesnar. So look, everybody's talked about this. You probably already know what happened. So what happened was Goldberg looked at Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was arrogant and cocky, and that was great because he should have been. He should have been arrogant because he's 12 years younger and he's been on this streak. So Brock Lesnar ran in, took him into the corner, let him go back and said, look, this is my power. Goldberg pushed Brock Lesnar away. Brock Lesnar was absolutely shocked. He got up, speared by Goldberg, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3. Goldberg wins. This was a squash, and people were really angry at it. But this was absolutely perfect booking. Goldberg is 49 years old. Like, I know people are like, all the build for a 2-minute match. That's Goldberg. You can't put Goldberg in a 10-plus minute match. You really can't. This match was perfectly booked. There was an easy-to-tell story here. Goldberg was injured going into this match as well, which may have changed what they were going to do. And if it did, great, because this was the best thing they could have possibly done. Brock Lesnar fan who just watched Brock Lesnar lose in 2 minutes. Does that mean that the rub of beating The Undertaker has gone? No, it doesn't. A loss to Goldberg does nothing for Brock Lesnar. It doesn't hurt him at all. And I can't grade a match that's 2 minutes long, or 1 minute 25. But what I do suggest is you go and watch this. Because it seems like the WWE, after 12 years, in 2003 when Goldberg came in, they didn't know how to book him. They brought him in and he had these long matches with Triple H. And they weren't good. It seems like after 12 years, they finally realised how to book a monster. And that's exactly how you do it. I can't rate it because it was only 2 minutes long, or 1 minute 25, but it was awesome. And go and check it out, because it's not much of your time. Perfect wrestling booking, and a great way to end the show. And it ended the show early, but damn, great way to end the show. You send the crowd home happy. And that was Survivor Series 2016. And I do want to say, a really good show. Like, when I look back on it retrospectively, was it as good as TakeOver? No, it wasn't. But TakeOver and Survivor Series were aiming for 2 different things. Survivor Series is trying to be one of the big 4 pay-per-views, and it felt like it. Toronto is more about, let's just have a great wrestling show, and it was a great wrestling show. So, in the end, I'm going to give Survivor Series, I gave TakeOver a 9. I'm going to give Survivor Series an 8.5. Very, very good show. One of the best pay-per-views they've done this year. A great 5-on-5 match, which lasted nearly an hour, and I've seen people say it didn't need to go that long. It really did, because you have main event caliber guys in there that can't be beat in 1 minute or 2 minutes, like some of the women were. So, great matches. The 10-on-10 match was not a clusterfuck like I thought it would be. That was great. The 5-on-5 men's match was fucking awesome, and there was great booking in it. And the Goldberg Lesnar match was special. And I'm going to look back on this show in a couple of years and say that was a Big 4 pay-per-view. Survivor Series last year didn't feel like a Big 4 show. It had a world title tournament final and semi-finals, but it didn't feel like a main event show. The one before didn't either. This felt like a Big 4 pay-per-view. It was probably the best of the Big 4 pay-per-views this year. I thought Royal Rumble was a very good show. Survivor Series was good. SummerSlam was good. And WrestleMania was good, but this is probably the best of the 3 this year. So guys, thanks for watching. This has been my review of Survivor Series 2016. I really enjoyed watching the show. I loved the last hour a lot. So tell me your thoughts. What do you think on Goldberg beating Lesnar in 1 minute and 25 seconds? What do you think on Smackdown Live losing the first 2 big traditional Survivor Series tag matches and then winning the last one? I think it's quite smart. What do you think to the endings of the Cruiserweight and IC title match? I hate the fact that there was 2 title matches and 2 fuck finishes. But what are you going to do? Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Revolve Rosslot. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. I'll try and get more videos up, but it's a lot more trouble when you're living on your own and there's people living with you, and you've got to kind of be you've got to be respectable. And I was up at 4 in the morning last night when my neighbour had to be up at 6. So I'm very, very sorry. But, you know, thanks for watching, guys. This has been Raw Russell. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Tell me your thoughts, as I just said. I'm looking forward to Raw. I'm looking forward to Raw, and I'm looking forward to the next NXT show. I'm looking forward to the next pay-per-view. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Revolver Russell.